So Jim, how do you convince those who haven't already, or the late adopters, that we got to do this and we got to do it early before we got to this point?
Right. Well, usually it's not the IT guy. The IT guy wants to get the new, latest and greatest right away. It's getting the guy who's, writing the check to sign off on it.
Right.
And there's a few different ways, but just about every company now is under some form of government regulation, whether it's HIPAA or whatever. And having a non-compliant operating system is fines. It's potential problems. You've got things like the Home Depot and Target hacks.
Yeah.
That can show this is why you need to have a newer operating system that's more secure and more up to date.
And so so can we give some tactical tips to the IT pros? How do you do that? I mean, do you guys like call them up and say, here's a PowerPoint and like, here, let's walk through it? Or do you have the IT pro give that to the manager? How do you do that to make sure these guys are bought in? So Doug, I mean.
You have to explain the risks, right? What are the risks that if you stay on 2003, what could that potentially cost that business?
Right.
And that's really where you have to talk, and business speak to some CEOs. They need to understand that if that server goes down, what's the impact going to be to their business? And they'll understand that more than the technical benefits of actually, upgrading, which is what we care about.
Right.
But it's really risk mitigation at that point.
And then where did you guys get most of your research to help explain that as far as risks go? I mean, where do you go to find that research? And you don't have to say Spiceworks, but if it's Spiceworks, great. But I mean, where do you go, Jim, to find that great stuff to get ready for this any migration that you're going to have to happen?
Well, Spiceworks is definitely part of it. Microsoft staying up to date on the latest operating system and playing with it. I mean, that's just part of being an IT pro is, you've got your virtual machine set up, you're always playing and testing ahead of time, like before we would ever go to a customer and present something.
Right.
I've already played and tested and broken and fixed it ahead of time, and I know what I'm looking at, and I can explain the benefits to them as well as, you don't just want to hit them with, the stick of, you could get in trouble, but, here's some of the new cool things that we can do, and nothing else is always the increased uptime that new hardware is going to bring.
Right.
And reliability that is a good sell too.
Right.